are live here on this opening day of the 2025 baseball season for the Flying Squirrels.
And for more on that, we have to send things over to our 8 News baseball buff, and that will be 8 Sports Director Nolan Knight with more on everything getting ready to start for this opening pitch. Nolan.
Hey guys, what's up? We're just moments away from the 15th opening day in Richmond Flying Squirrels history, the 40th opening day here at the Diamond. And you think back to all of the years of baseball here, there's been some awesome players that have put on a Richmond uniform. One of those being John Schmaltz, of course. He's an MLB Hall of Famer. He's throwing out the first pitch tonight. He started 23 games here at the Diamond over the years in 1987 and 1988. The history of ball players at this park is an impressive one. Tonight it'll be John Michael Bertrand that's taking the mound for the Flying Squirrels for their opening night. When I asked him if he still gets nervous for nights like tonight, he kept it candid.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I get nervous a little before every start. So I think as long as I have a little bit of those nerves, it's excitement. So it kind of tells me that, I should still be playing. And, whenever I don't have nerves anymore is probably when I'll start to hang them up, because then I don't have the love for the game, the excitement about it. So I'm really excited. Obviously you got a little bit of nerves coming in too.
And be sure to tune into 8 Sports tonight at 11 as I'll bring you the highlights from the Flying Squirrels showdown for Game 1 against the Akron Rubber Ducks. All right, how about we turn things over to Broad Street, because last night we finally found out who's going to be on Phil Martelli Jr.'s staff, and it's a combination of some new faces and some old ones as well. Specifically, it's a homecoming for the mayor, as former VCU star Brandon Roselle will be a part of his staff. Roselle spent this past season a part of Mike Rhodes' staff as their director of recruiting at Penn State, but it is now back in RVA to join his fellow colleague Jimmy Martelli, who is also leaving Penn State to join the Rams coaching staff. Jimmy is, of course, the brother of Phil Martelli and spent the past 2 seasons with Mike Rhodes at Happy Valley, where he was an assistant this past year. Also joining the staff is Chris Cole and Ryan Daly as assistants, while Brendan Phelps and Nick Schmidt joined the Rams as the chief of staff and the director of scouting and video. All 4 of those guys worked with Martelli at Bryant this past year. Another former VCU star staying in Richmond is Bradford Burgess. The Midlothian native was on Ryan Odom's staff here at VCU for the past 2 seasons, and he will continue to be the director of recruiting at the Siegel Center. And today, the Rams, they managed to snag their first transfer portal commitment, and it comes from the Bulldogs, as Barry Evans this past season helped lead Bryant to an American East crown, scoring 13.3 points a game and adding 2.8 rebounds a game. Entering the day, the Rams had just 2 scholarship players left, not in the portal, so the addition is much needed for the Rams. And of course, coming up tonight at 11 o'clock, be sure to tune back in. I'll have the highlights of all the action that's going to take place at the Diamond here in just a few minutes. Guys, back to you.
Nolan, thanks. I know it must always be pretty special for a sports reporter, a sports anchor, to be able to do their sportscast from a sports field.
Big smile from Nolan out there, so excited.
Yeah, now over to Maddie D.